Good morning, folks. Mike with Veterans Mobile Sawmill. It's a nasty looking morning, but time to get to work anyway. So last week I went and picked up these two logs, which on camera may not look like much, but they are giant. That one is 28 inches on the small end. That one's about the same. They're 9 feet long. And yesterday, I went and I picked up these two. A little bit smaller, but still 9 feet long monsters. And it just so happens that yesterday, when I got back, Brock from Rock Hill Farms was talking about the cost of free wood. So I'm gonna move up by the sawmill, get set up, and we're gonna have just a little bit of a discussion and then start cutting some white oak for a job that I have. I was gonna talk about free logs costing money. I couldn't get the words out. I couldn't articulate it properly. So I'll see if I can't leave a link to Brock at Rock Hill Farms page. He did a great video on it yesterday. Covers all the aspects of what I was trying to say, but I just couldn't get out. This is gonna turn into mostly at the end of the video, pros and cons of large logs, but it's going to be me milling one giant white oak log into 1x6s, so stick around. Downfall of large logs. I've been cutting for over an hour, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cants ready to cut. No boards yet. That one there needs to be edged. This is what happens when you go just a little too long on a blade in oak that has knots. It burned it, made it hard, and can you see that swoop right there? Yeah. Gotta cut that off and try again, because trying to get one last cut out of a blade and it didn't work out. All right, well, that was one. We're gonna switch it up, and I'm gonna do that 1, 2, 3, 4 more times. I'll keep filming, see if anything happens, and I'll show you the end result. The trick with these big logs is you gotta be prepared. It takes forever. Cut for over an hour till now I finally have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 boards, 1x6. And if you're wondering why I nipped off the edges like that, when you're cutting these big wide boards or logs, I was cutting 20 to 24 inch wide cuts, and even with the sharp blade, those will get a little wavy on you. So I'm cutting 1x6s. So I started out with 1x7s with really nasty edges, and once I got them all cut, these 10 boards are 10 inches wide. Those make nicer cuts even with a dull blade. So like I said, I'm gonna keep going, doing this 5 more times with the other cants I cut out of this log, and I'll let you know what we end up with at the end. All right, folks, there we have it. One log, 1x6x9. Let's do some counting together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.5 times 6 is 40, 42, 46. 46 boards out of one log, 1x6x9. So originally, this video was meant for something else. Oh, there's the slab offcuts. Of course, I put the bucket back on instead of the forks. I'm gonna put that on top to help hold the weight. keep them flat. Purpose of this video changed a little bit. It's a lot of milling white oak, but I'm going to cover a couple of pros and cons of giant logs. For some reason, I get a lot of them. I have a pile back there of, I guess, average to normal size logs, probably 12 to 20 inches. And then I have 6 to 10 of these 30 plus inch logs. But yeah, some pros and cons of those. So start with some cons. Number one, they're big, which means they're heavy, which means they're hard to move. I have a small tractor, 25 horse LS. It drags them up here, but just barely. So I can't lift them whole. I can drag them, but that's about it. So con number one, they're heavy and hard to move. Con number two, they take a long time to mill. So that's a pretty good yield, almost 50 boards out of one log. But I've been out here for several hours, so they're time consuming. The next con, because of the size, is gonna be if you have a manual mill, rolling them, those first 4 or 5 rolls to get them down to a manageable size, is gonna be extremely difficult. If you have an excavator or something, that would help. But with my hydraulic mill, I'm able to flip them without getting another machine. It's faster, it's more manageable to do. Another con is if you get a big log and it turns out it's not good on the inside, you've already wasted a lot of time and effort. Small logs, if they're no good, not that big of a deal. Big logs, if it's no good, you do lose a lot of stuff. Pros. Yeah, they yield really well. You can get a lot of wide quarter and rift sawn boards out of them if that's what you desire. So all those almost 50 boards are mostly quarter and rift sawn because of the way I have to cut it out. A couple in the center, which aren't really great, but the bulk of them are real nice lumber. Another pro is they don't take up as many space. That one log yielded as much as 4 or 5 logs. But it doesn't take as much space as 4 or 5 logs, so it's got that going for it. I don't know why I end up with so many super large logs like this, but I do. So I cut them. All right, I guess that's going to do it. If you've made it this far, I appreciate you coming by and hanging out with me while I work, and look forward to seeing you next time.